Hello. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I am going to talk about 4 things that I have bought since I have started playing music and doing that stuff more consistently that have actually been surprisingly great. If you're anything like me, you buy things, or when you start getting into something really intensely, you like to get nice things for it. You want to make sure you're set. And I'm kind of that to a very unhealthy level, but either way, it's inevitable. Playing music especially, you're into guitars, you're into pedals, you're into amps, anything like that. I mean, you buy lots of them, even if you have no reason to other than just this one looks cool and I don't have one in this color yet. I mean, we really are like people buying purses. Which I am not able to say anything on because I'm a big backpack fiend too. So either way, these are 4 things that I have bought that I have just absolutely loved, haven't been able to put down or not use, or have totally changed the way I look at other things. And I think they might be helpful for you, since it's very easy when buying musical equipment and whatnot to get burned and to be unsatisfied with what you bought because it may not live up to your expectations. And this is not a blanket thing, like everything's different for everybody, but it's just a little personal insight as to what is very helpful and interesting to me. So first of all, I'm going to start off with a pick, which may sound very silly, but these are the EVE Alien picks. They were super big in the 90s. Let's see if I have one that's... Yeah, that one's kind of worn away because I use it a lot, but that's the gist of it. And especially this glow-in-the-dark one, if you can get it in the thin way, that is the best because it just feels so good. And the reason I came onto these because my dad had talked about them since I was little, just randomly, he'd play guitar or whatever, and he would say, oh yeah, you gotta try it, I used to have these picks, they were the best, they felt real tacky and gummy and they glue in the dark and they were little alien heads. And I thought, okay, well, whatever. And then he started talking about it like a couple weeks ago, and I just finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna find them and order some on eBay. I did. I got 8 of them for like $30, which shows you they're kind of hard to get. And I used some of them. There's like 4 thick ones and 4 thin ones. And this one doesn't actually say what it is. I'm assuming it's a thin, but it's the gummy glow-in-the-dark one. And it has just been the best thing ever. I mean, it just feels so good. You can actually order them on their website. They have a very cool looking website. It looks like you're kind of tripping a little bit. But it's a little hard to navigate, and not everything is stocked. It's just one guy doing it, and I think that's awesome. So if you're into that, show him some support because he makes some good stuff, and these are awesome. I got more coming because it's an itch I got to scratch now. I mean, if I lose this, I'm going to be really sad. So that's the first thing. The second thing is shocking. It's actually guitar. And I have bought lots of guitars. I have, just since June, I bought a Taylor 224 CE, the Koa one. Loved the Koa, hated the preamp inside of it, didn't really like the way it played, but loved the Koa and the look. And that was the first guitar, like nice guitar I bought, so I kind of held on to it for a little bit, and then I resold it because I just didn't like keeping something just because I liked the way it looked. I wanted it to feel good too. And then I bought a Martin OM28 CE because I grew up, well, I was like a sophomore in high school when I figured out who John Mayer was. And obviously, if you know anything about John Mayer, he plays an OM. And that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and be like John Mayer. It was my dream guitar, and they were so expensive. And I found one for a good price, and this one's actually the cutaway version. Loved it. Preamp in it still kind of sucks. It's a Fishman Aura Ellipse. Not super great for that type of guitar. No onboard EQ or anything like that, which is really hard to use. But awesome guitar. And then I went and bought a Gibson, what is that? And it's basically a J185. It's the old ES335 or L4A body shape, but it's an acoustic. And it plays amazing. Love the way it feels. If you're trying to get those like cowboy chords or power things going, like you make it boom. It looks great, beautiful sunburst finish and everything, awesome guitar. And then I wanted a Martin D28 because, again, John Mayer and classic Dreadnought. I mean, Martin D28, 18, whatever, those are like a staple in the guitar industry, so I was like, I gotta have one. Found one. Again, played great, love it, but wasn't totally fitting what I wanted. And then one morning, I woke up and saw this on Reverb, and just apparently I was still a little hazy from waking up, and ordered it without even realizing it. And it was $600 I got it for, which is a steal for these. But even new, they come like I think $1,100 or $1,200, which is still really good considering, you know, what I had to pay for the other ones. And when I bought this one, I was a little more of an aware buyer. I knew kind of what I wanted more. I knew how to look for the right things without actually having played it, because, you know, online guitar shopping is a hassle. And the biggest things I loved about this were the jack's not in the strap holder. It's down here, so it doesn't get tangled up and stuff like that. Also, the battery access is down here, which is just awesome. I mean, having to take the strings off to get the little pouch idea, I don't know who designed that, but they need kicked in the knee. Stupid idea. But this is awesome. You know, you can change it, pop, mid-show, whatever, you got it. I always loved guitars that had binding around the neck. I think it's just beautiful. Something about the way it looks also makes it feel better to me, if that makes sense. It's kind of a, I know it's a placebo effect, but I personally really enjoy it. Always loved the birds, and these are the abalone inlays. This is the A60E. So they have they have models all the way down to the A20, but I thought if I was going to do it, I might as well get the most adorned one, and it has the nice abalone around the edges and everything. It's just a beautiful guitar, and it actually is my favorite one to play. The way it sounds, the way it feels, it just blows my other ones out of the water, which hurts my heart to say, because I mean, I got two Martins, a Gibson, I have a Strat, and I just love the way that this feels. I don't know what it is, and that's kind of a personal thing. Like, it might just be me, but I definitely love PRS. I love the company. I love the fact that also, you know, John Mayer has a signature model. I don't just talk about John Mayer. It's just with guitars, he influenced my spending habits from an early age, and I guess it kind of stuck. But I love the way it looks. I love the style. It's more of an auditorium style, but it's not the thin OM style. It's a regular, so it gets some bass to it. And the cool thing about it is the bracing in here is like more of a fan for like a nylon guitar. So it has the X for support, but the fan lets it resonate more. And I mean, it just like, I mean, that's just my thumb, like just the way it feels. And it's hard to obviously portray that through a video, but I absolutely love it. Always love the PRS headstock. I think it's beautiful. Great wood it's made out of. Awesome guitar. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you get any of them, but that's just my opinion. The next thing is this little vocal trainer, and it's funny because this is one of those things you see on like Instagram or Facebook ads all the time that you're just annoyed with, and you're like, oh fine, I'll buy it just to see what it's about. And I've struggled with my voice knowing what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never had lessons on guitar or was singing, and I was going to try and take lessons, and things didn't really pan out as well. So until then, I'm trying to do it on my own, but I don't want to mess anything up. I don't want to hurt something or, God forbid, do something that would cause it to never be the same. And this is a super handy tool, especially for warming up, because you look on Instagram or YouTube or anything, and there's a million videos of people telling you what they think is the best thing to do. And really, it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's what is best for you. And it's hard to figure that out if you don't know what you're looking for. But you just got to start somewhere, and you know how it feels. And this little trainer thing, I haven't been using it long. I got it and then lost it and then found it again because it's so small. But it actually really helps. And the way that you use it is you just kind of blow it. It's very, that sounded wrong. It's very similar to the, I guess there's a straw technique that people used to do, but you just kind of put it out, and it helps with the backing pressure on your vocal cords without having to strain them, which is a very awesome thing to be able to do, because especially with me, like I said, I don't want to strain them too much. And my only way to practice, or the way that I thought was the best, was to just, you know, kind of like a muscle, like to just like overload it or work it like you're going to the gym. And that's not the way that you should look at vocal cords. Don't take that from me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out, and that thing has really helped. It's really awesome. Finally, last thing is actually what I'm using to record this video with. It is the Shure MV88 Plus video kit. I found one on Reverb for real cheap, and basically this is a picture of what it is. And you can see here, it's got the little microphone up top. So it's a condenser microphone, which I love, because the phone microphones, they pick up what the biggest frequency is. But what this does, obviously, like a condenser microphone, it compresses and deciphers all those frequencies and puts them together in a way that is able to be heard on a more level basis. It has a way to attach to your phone. It has lightning, or USB-C, which is awesome because new iPhone USB-C has a little tripod and a phone mount, so it's like basically like a vlogging kit. But I love the fact that the microphone in it is so nice, and you can change the gain, the presets, different things. It's got an app that's real neat. You can mess around with it. It's so cool. But it really helps with making things, because when you have to, well, you don't have to, but when you are going to make something, you want to make something, sometimes you're looking at, okay, I want to make this video. Oh, okay, I got to get out my little microphone, I got to hook up my preamp, I got to set it up to my phone, I got to place it, I got to make sure everything's ready. Or I can just grab this little tripod with the microphone on it, plug it into my phone, press play, and it's done. It's awesome, and it just makes things so much easier, which is why I have like my keyboard out all the time, my amp, my pedals. It's a controlled chaos. If you have the tools you need, you can just go and use them, and there's less standing in the way of you and then actually creating something, which I think anytime you can make anything easier on yourself is a win. I mean, spending money on things to simplify your life or make things better for you, those are the things that are important, in my opinion. But those are just 4 little things that I've come to acquire here recently, and I just absolutely love them. I'm sure they'll either change or they'll be replaced by new things or whatever as I grow and buy more stuff. But until then, hopefully this can help anybody or turn you on to some new stuff. Again, these little picks, give him some love. I mean, he's still doing it after, 30 years now, and they're awesome. I think it's great. I can't wait for mine to come again. And again, the PRS guitar, I mean, who would have thought? Multiple great name guitars, and they play great, but this just something about it. I love the look and everything. So thank you for watching if you made it this far. Look forward to the next video, and hopefully this will help you out if you're looking for any of these things. So have a good one.